Well, good rising, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee Talk with me, Karen B. It is August, Moonday, the 29th, 2022. And what's the moon at today? Should be really small, coming in at 5%. I think that would make this, well, hold on. Yeah. About, would you say the first day of the month was probably Sunday evening when it was like 2 or 3%. So today would be the second day of the 5th month. I'm trying to get used to converting the time to actual, or what it should be time, natural order time, let's call it. You know, where the beginning of the year is where the spring comes and everything comes back to life, and not in the middle, the dead middle of winter where everything is cold and dormant and dark and dreary. No. There's nothing new about that. That's when everything's dead. Well, not dead, but you know, it's certainly not new, and it's certainly not making anything new life. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, whatever. How is everybody doing? It's so good to be back here with y'all. Let me say hi. Psyop within a Psyop. Mark Wantraba, Ashley Knopp, Carrie, good to see you. And Music Guru. Hi, Music Guru. It's so good to see you. Music Guru made a really cool custom intro song for a thing that me and Rose are working on, and it hasn't been released yet. And I feel the frustration coming from over there, like are you gonna release it? Are you gonna, you know? Yes, we are. I promise. I promise we are. All in due time. And it's gonna be glorious. Okay? I promise. So let me say hello to all you fine folks in YouTube. Commercial Sound and Video, Ted Summer, FE Nation, Awesome Austin, Good Times for All, THC Truthers Hour of Comedy, Brian Stavely, Thunder Chicken, Valley Parks, Matrix One, Jameson Kimbrell, good to see you. Can anyone believe they delayed this morning? Shocking, right? Shocking. We'll get to that later. Lunderground, good to see you. Mr. Oakhill 246. Mighty Matt 28. Valley Parks, can you show the 2 things I sent today? Oh, did you send something to my P.O. box? I have to go check it. I just checked it the other day and there wasn't anything in there. Or you have to remind me what you're talking about. Maybe be more specific. Valley Parks. Rob Cleveland. Rachel, New York Truth. Our resident nihilist. Good to see you. Billington Bear. Spicy Sarah. Hi, Spicy Sarah. Spicy Sarah, I want to see you and your cute little baby again real soon. And also Sarah, Austin and Kai are in town now. They're just been busy trying to fix up their place, but I want to do a baby shower for Kai. They just this weekend they were doing a baby shower with their families, but you know, we have to do one for them too. I feel like we should. So that they could get to know everybody, and plus baby showers are cool. I haven't been to a baby shower in forever. Let's do a baby shower. The ice wall is a coffee cup. BCB, good to see you. All right, am I caught up? Dr. Law. Hi, Cammie. Cammy's here. Aisling717. Shelly Oler is here with me. She came up for our meetup at the flea market. Awesome, Dr. Law. Hi, Shelly. Then, good. Trinity 4. I'm chatting live with Brian Stavely in 60 hours. Okay, cool. Where? On Brian's channel? It's got to be on Brian's channel. Awesome. Hey, you know what? Dave, too. I want to bring back Bitches Brew. But I'm like reformatting Bitches Brew because people have been asking for it, and I've also been wanting to bring that back too, which I'm going to be doing. But this time it's not going to have so many people. It's going to be only 4 at a time. I'm always going to host it so that it's consistent. I mean, unless somebody else really wants to host it, I mean, we could work it out, but I'm just assuming that I'm going to host it so that it actually happens. And then, so I would like maybe one time if your wife would like to join us, that would be really awesome. Oh, mixing it up. Your channel. Oh, cool. Dave's channel this time. Okay. Awesome. When is that going to be? J. Edgar Hoover building is empty. Huh. Okay, I just realized how silly I looked on camera trying to read the chat where I had it placed on screen. I totally am not self-aware of what I look like right now. I didn't even put on makeup this morning. I just put on a hat so that you can't tell. Is it working? Perhaps a live hangout with you too soon. Okay with me. Yeah, sure. Sure. 1 p.m. Eastern Time Wednesday is a live stream with Trinity 4 and Brian Stavely. That should be awesome. That should be really awesome. Oh, you have a new channel. You don't... Yeah, let me make you there if you can put... There you go. To be climate friendly, we could power a rocket to the moon with unicorn farts. I mean, you're just as likely to get to the moon, right? Either way. I don't, I think your chances are the same either way. So. I found Karen from the Killa Priest Codcast. Oh, really? You know what? I thought, man, I went on there and like nobody cared. It was just like, it was cringe, wasn't it? Thank you for being here though. How do you say your name? Rourke. Yeah, I saw that you and Music Guru were hanging out last week. Guru's in the Rockfin chat. Hi, Sam Clint. It's okay. You don't have to respond. I'll be your go-between. What? Yeah. Who was that guy that showed up on the Killer Priest show? Like it was Dave, me and David, right? And then it was Killer Priest and his normal dudes. And then this other dude just shows up out of nowhere and starts like preaching about the Coriolis effect. Just going on. And I was like, dude, the Coriolis effect is fictitious. The very definition of it says it's fictitious. It's like the effect is just based on your frame of reference. Right? So it changes. It's so stupid. I found you on the Killer Priest Podcraft. Really? Awesome. Maybe I should do more stuff like that. Okay, because check this out. How's my sound? Am I too loud or is my voice okay? Because I see it hitting the red line, but I guess it's supposed to. Anyway, what was I saying? I got an email from the guy who does modern day debates to do a flat earth debate. And he asked me this years ago, a few years ago, and I didn't want to do it. Because I was like, I'll do it if you can get Professor Dave. Because I had seen that he had already had Professor Dave on his channel, right? And I didn't want to waste my time arguing with some Globie, you know, who was just a stupid troll. I was like, I want Professor Dave. Oops, I just messed up my mic. You know what I mean, though? I was like, I want that dude. I think this mic stand is messed up. That always keeps falling anyway. I wonder if it's because I hit it all the time. But anyway, so yeah. Okay, cool. So I was like, I want Professor Dave. And so he says, okay, I'll ask him if he wants to do it, right? And so I'm like, okay, cool, yes. He emails me back, he's like, yeah, Professor Dave says he's not going to do it. And then he wanted me to debate, like, I don't even know who it was. Like, he's like, how about, I was like Team Skeptic or some shit like that. And I was like, no, thank you. I just don't want to bother. Because, you know, why? I'm not going to sit there arguing with people for no reason. Like, it better be a damn good reason, you know, or a good person to debate. So anyway, but now they emailed me again here recently to do a debate on Friday, and it's like tag team style debate, and I get to pick my partner, and I'm thinking about doing it, and it's just these two people that I never even heard of. Yeah, he is a douche. I know. No, these are Astons. Aston origin. Everyone needs to sub to Trinity 4, yeah. I gave you a wrench so you can post a link to your channel there, Dave. Hi, Grounded Extracts. Oh, that reminds me. I'm going to take some Best Earth today. I have it here on my desk. It's okay to take it with coffee, right? It says not with alcohol, which I'm not going to do that, obviously, but it's okay to take it with coffee, right? James is a coffee addict, so I'm assuming that whatever he makes, it's compatible with coffee. Yeah. He is toxic filth. Good to go with coffee, see? But I'm going to take it with water. But I'm going to keep drinking coffee. See, yes, yes. So, I woke up this morning. I woke up this morning and, excuse me. And I saw the little alert from YouTube that today they were going to launch Artemis 1, right? Artemis 1. And they're going to go back to the moon. But here's the funny part. Here's what I really am asking myself. Okay, why is nobody else asking this question? If we've already been to the moon several times, excuse me, 50 years ago or however freaking long ago it was, why would you spend the time and the money to build a rocket to go all the way to the moon and not fucking land on it again? Why would you just make a rocket that's going to go around it? Why? I hope you guys aren't offended by my burps. I did say excuse me, didn't I? Why would you spend all the time and the money to go to the moon and then not land on it? Why would you just go around it? It's stupid. I'm gonna go to screen share. I mean screen share. NASA is launching its most powerful rocket ever to the moon with sights on Mars. Okay, so why wouldn't you take every opportunity with the resources? Look at this, how stupid this picture with the rocket there with the moon right there. Anyway, so dumb. Why would you spend all the money and go to the moon and just to go around it and not land on it again? Because they know we are all over their shit. I mean, do you think that they were? Let me ask anybody this: do you think if they say they're going back to the moon, let's say they say they're going back to the moon, like they always do, they're kicking this can on down the road, all right? They can't even launch this morning. What do you think that they would actually try to like do what they did last time and show the astronauts on the moon? Like, they would have to, right? They would have to. I lost a chicken this week, no sign. Oh, you know what, Valley Parks? We lost a chicken this week, too. Rockets are burp ASMR, yeah. Why, if they're going back to the moon, why wouldn't they be, like, packing, shipping moon base building material? Yeah, it's ritual. It was scrubbed this morning. They delayed it. I think I have it here.
Anticipation and build up, and then unfortunately couldn't go to them.
We don't launch until it's right. And in fact, they've got a problem with the gases going on the engine bleed on one engine. You can't go. There are certain guidelines. And I think it's just illustrative that this is a very complicated machine, a very complicated system, and all those things have to work. And you don't want to light the candle until it's ready to go.
Who's this fucking guy? Looks like fucking, this guy is like Clark Kent wannabe dude. Like, this dude, is this guy for real? It looks like a disguise. Right? I feel like this guy looks like he's in disguise. I don't know why I think that. But it's funny, right?
And the crew that I participated in on the 24th flight of the space shuttle, we scrubbed 4 times on the pad.
Okay.
And the 5th try was a flawless mission. We know, had we launched on any one of those scrubs, it wouldn't have been a good day. And so that was Hoot Gibson and Charlie Bolden's crew. And so, you know, it's just part of the space business. And it's part of particularly a test flight. We are stressing and testing this rocket and the spacecraft in a way that you would never do it with the human crew on board. That's the purpose of a test flight.
And you talk about the complaint.
You know, this guy, you know, his eyes remind me of that freaking, that creepy preacher dude. What's his name? Copeland. Kenneth Copeland. This is like, it's like the scientism Kenneth Copeland.
Complexity,
Creeper
certainly
dude.
that is the case here. And learning as we make these attempts. In fact, this engine bleed was something that they wanted to see in wet dress rehearsal number 4. Didn't get an opportunity for it.
Talking
So for the
about
hardworking
Clark
team that is
Kent
still
over
here,
here.
actually gathering data from this rocket and its current configuration. Any
like
message
characters.
for the launch team?
I want them to know that they're doing the perfect job that they always do.
That nigga's a demon.
While that vehicle is still
All right, James.
fueled up to work this problem. And they're going to work it. They'll get to the bottom of it.
Oh, were you guys saying that before I even said it?
Fly.
You guys, as we're all thinking it, right? That dude looks like Kenneth Copeland, right?
Here for this attempt.
Clark Kent interviews,
Special
right?
guests, including Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, was here. Did you keep them briefed on what was happening and what happens next?
Yes. She and I had a good visit. I met her at the airplane. I came straight here to talk to some of the launch control folks, and she is fully briefed on the whole thing. She's very happy to be here. She is an
I have that
enthusiastic
file. I gotta
space
find it now.
booster,
Now I want to hear
as
it.
is President Biden. So this whole
Here it
thing
is.
will make our country proud.
And Kamala Harris also chairs the National Space Council,
Where is
so
it?
has a big role in our space program here. Senator Nelson, Administrator Nelson, thank you for your time. Appreciate you being here.
Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord.
It is September 2nd, so we don't know at this point.
COVID-19,
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 COVID-19.
I blow the wind of God. From the state of Washington to the state of Maine to Brownsville, Texas, and the tip of Florida. Today, we speak to this atmosphere. Today, burn this thing. This virus hates heat. You just burn this thing. Burn, burn. I call for a supernatural heat wave straight out of hell. Burn, burn. COVID-19,
COVID-19,
COVID-19.
COVID-19.
I blow the wind of God. You don't do it. You don't do it. You don't do it. You get out of here now.
Get out of
You don't do it. You don't do it. You don't do it. You get out of here. Burn this thing. COVID-19.
COVID-19,
COVID-19.
COVID-19.
I blow the wind of God. You are destroyed forever, and you'll never be back.
There you go. Hey, you guys see this guy in chat? Y'all know mountains are melted buildings, great discovery by Subphotonic. Dude, I'm sorry for your retardation. I am really sorry. Really extremely sorry for your retardation in that you are so weak-minded and that you are so incompetent in your own critical thinking skills that you would believe anything that psychopath has to say. I'm really sorry for you, dude. I apologize. That is the card you were dealt. But hey, listen, it's not too late to turn around. It's not too late to just say, hey, you know what? I was wrong. Mountains are not melted brick buildings. It makes absolutely no sense at all in reality or with what we know about reality. Because even though we're lied to, when we go and we try to figure out what the lies are, what the truth is actually has to jive with reality and make sense. So, you know, it's okay. You can still come back to reality. It's okay. You know, sometimes we get lost. Sometimes we go down the wrong path. Sometimes we follow the wrong breadcrumb. You know, I get it. I get it. I mean, shit, I thought we lived on a globe for 38 years of my life. It's not too late. It's never too late to turn it back around. Okay? It's never too late. I don't know who edited that song. I think it's on YouTube. You can go search it. I forget. I don't know. Or look on Odyssey. Just search it. Kenneth Copeland COVID-19 song. On the 4th of July, how many firecrackers does Karen set off? A brick. Nobody hurt me, dude. Nobody hurt me. I just don't buy bullshit. I'm sorry. I just don't believe in that psychopathic fantasy world. Okay? It makes no sense. It doesn't hurt me. But it does hurt those who think that that's true, because, man, are you fucking far from reality. It is. It makes zero sense. You guys should go look. If you think that all mountains are melted brick buildings, you should go watch a channel called Paul Cook. He makes all these videos about geopolymer megaliths. That makes sense. Okay. You can also go watch a channel called Wooden Nickels. Like, if you believe that stuff and you go watch Subphotonic, like that idiot's shit, you need to go watch and look at opposing stuff too. Otherwise, you're just looking for confirmation bias. Look at both sides, okay? And then let's talk about what fits reality, okay? Or yes, Stellium 7, yes. Waterfalls are ancient plumbing systems from melted buildings. I know. I mean, it just gets ridiculous. Then, I mean, it's like, then it becomes, okay, well, what is natural? Is there anything that on this earth that is just natural, like that is just created by the creator? Or is everything a byproduct of some ruin of something that somebody else built? I mean, here's the thing. Here's what I think about these theories, like these melted brick theories and all this like simulation theory, like everybody, I mean, I'm not even going to say the dude's name because it's like creeps me out to no end, but like all this stuff, all of it is because I think there's a vast majority of you, and I don't know, this may or may not apply to you, but I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but you're still denying the creator. You're still denying that this place is created by a creator, okay? And you're still denying that what this place is. If you're gonna go around and like always assume that something is something else. Like, oh, mountains are melted brick buildings and this is a giant tree that was cut down by a giant. But then, you know, how far do you have to go? I mean, everything? Are you just gonna infinitely go into where nothing is like a natural part of the creation? I mean, it just makes no sense. I feel like you guys are still looking for ways to avoid going deep down into yourselves and really doing that inner work, that shadow work, right? You are just still looking for that, you're looking at other people's fantasies. You're following the breadcrumbs put down to you by men. You need to stop doing that shit, and you need to go ask nature, ask the creator, what is this place? Nature will tell you. There are no lies in nature. It's telling you. This place is telling you what it is. And you guys are going around saying, it's a melted brick building. Oh, it's a plasma apocalypse. Reset apocalypse. Random what do you guys, what? For what? Subphotonic is now telling people icebergs are crystal. Dude has bumped into his fucking head. I'm Stupid tree. Yeah, he was saying that icebergs or whatever these that are blue and white crystals that used to be melted brick buildings that turned into icebergs. Like he's saying that literally everything is melted brick. So what was the fucking melted brick made from? It doesn't make any sense. Like that guy is psycho. He's like in his car chewing on fucking crayons and you guys are all running around believing everything that he's saying. I don't get it. Like what kind of spell are you people under? Can everybody please come back to reality? Can we get back to trying to figure out what this place is and what our role here is and how we're supposed to work here, how this place is really supposed to work? I mean, if you guys go around chasing these fantasies all the time, we're never going to get anywhere. I mean, it's such a waste of time. These are all distractions. All distractions. My phone is open, by the way. I have a phone that you can call in. It's 848-222-2480. Let me check and see if anybody nobody's on. So anyway, just in case anybody wanted to call in and talk, maybe you want to tell me I'm wrong. Who is that Clark Kent? Too bad. I was hoping to see explosion this morning. Yeah. Ewar is back to mud flood. UAP isn't opposed to melted buildings. I am opposed to mountains being melted buildings because it makes zero fucking sense. Like, I'm not going to say that there aren't an instance. It's going to be the exception, not the rule. Me, I'm railing against people who want to make blatant statements about stuff. Like, years ago, when No Forest on Flat Earth came out, from the beginning, I was against shit like this. I'm not going to say that there aren't instances where there could be extra large trees that fell over and were petrified, maybe during the flood. Because there was a flood. It's well documented that there was a flood. Like, I don't deny that there was a flood at one time. I don't know about a mud flood, but there was a flood. You know, it's documented across the plain in different cultures and stuff, okay? So we can all pretty much agree that there was a great flood at one time, and that would have created the perfect conditions for many, many, many of these things to happen. Like, you know, and because, like, the flood was supposedly, right, the creator flooded the earth to get rid of, like, all of these abominations that had been created, like these giant things, these giant people, and probably there were giant creatures too, right? They always tell you, oh, we found this petrified sloth and blah, blah, blah. Like, obviously there was something going on with these weird creatures, right? So if the entire plain was flooded to get rid of all of these abominations, that, you know, and then it was like, you know, it was like a big slurry, right? Everything's underwater and there's all the minerals and everything. And then it's still, right? And then it just was like that for months and months and months until the waters very, very slowly receded. And we know that fossils don't take a long time to form, right? They call them, what do they call them? You can look up online, you can look up miracle fossils or something like that, or mystery fossils. Anyway, we know that things can get fossilized, you know. I feel like that event probably created a lot of these anomalies. There's probably evidence of this stuff going on. But I don't think every mountain was a giant tree. Like, you can't say that there's no forest on flat Earth and, like, what we see around us that we consider trees or not trees. I mean, I look around, my house is completely surrounded by trees. So I don't accept that there are no trees on the flat Earth, right? Like, that's a stupid thing to say. And I don't believe that all mountains are tree stumps or broken trees or exploded trees, because that doesn't make sense either. What am I hearing? Are you guys hearing that? What the hell is that? That was weird. That was weird, dude. I couldn't even figure that out. Where did that come from? The call waiting? Oh, is somebody calling? Somebody was trying to call. The 666 number? You can't call that number. You have to call 848-222. Stop trying to call that number. Call 848-222-2480, whoever that is. The number to call in is 848-222-2480. No planes was a bomb. I mean, if you're going to call and try to convince me that mountains are melted brick buildings, that's just a conversation that's not going to go well. I admit there's really no point for you to call in and try to tell me that. You're right. There's no point. I think the tree stuff is real. Evidence is really bad. I don't think giants are real. Evidence is really bad. You don't think giants are real, but you think all mountains are melted brick buildings? Holy shitballs, dude. Really? Then who was living in the fucking buildings? Who was living in the giant buildings if there were no giants, dude? See, this is what makes no sense. If you don't think giants are real and the evidence is bad, who was living in the giant buildings that got mystically, magically melted and became giant mountains? Can you explain that to me? I'm referring to the mountains being giants. Okay, well, you said you didn't think giants were real. Ugh. I've already explained. I don't know how to explain what is inside my head about why I think these things. It's pareidolia, and the reason that a lot of things look like other things is because it's all driven of the same source. Everything is driven by electromagnetism, by the creator. So. Human just like to build doors they could never open and swords they could never lift, sure. And the giant books. Was that your pacemaker? No. Anyway, you can call in 848-222-2480. I actually like talking about this stuff. I mean, I hate the melted buildings thing because I just find it so ridiculous and such a waste of time. But I do like talking about, what things could be and why things are the way they are. But man, mountains being melted brick buildings, hell to the no. It just does not resonate with anything and nothing. Yeah, I like Stellium 7s because he actually is looking at stuff. It's kind of trippy. Like, think about it. If there were giant abominations walking on the plain, right, and then it was flooded by a big flood of biblical proportions, like we're told, like covering all the mountains, everything, right? Then it could be that there was a giant elephant as part of those abominations. Like it was huge, right? And that's just happened to be where it was when it came to its final rest and then was submerged in a super saturated mineral slurry for however long the flood was. I forget, but it took a long time for the waters to go away. And it became like, I mean, think about it. And you know, with the volcanoes, I mean, I can't imagine it would be like, do you think the water would be cold? I mean, I don't know. At first, it just seems like it could be. It makes sense. Like, right, what if it did happen? That kind of makes sense. There could be, but it would, like I'm saying, it would be an exception, not a rule. Like, I feel like that could be, all this stuff could be evidence, more evidence of the flood, the plain wide flood, right? All stuff that happened. Like, what if all this stuff just backs up, you know, some of the old texts and stuff? That's what I'm interested in. It could be, but there's no ancient text about giant fucking brick buildings being everywhere, and there's no ancient text about there being a that the earth never having us living on the earth when there were no mountains, and so we all built brick buildings. It never says that. It talks about mountains. Like, mountains have just always been here in every culture. It's like it's just always been here. As long as you don't say Oompa Loompa. Oh boy. But there's ancient text about God melting the earth. I don't know. I looked up everything and talking about melting in the Bible, and not really. Kinda, but not really. Not enough to back up what you guys are saying. There's nothing in the Bible that backs up what y'all are saying. I mean, you want me to look it up right now? Let me open it. Let's see. Let's see. All right. 17 verses found. I searched melted. Exodus 15. Then the chiefs of Edom were troubled. The mighty men of Moab, trembling grips them. All the inhabitants of Canaan melted. Okay, inhabitants, that would be people. And they gathered it every morning, each one according to his need. And when the sun became hot, it melted. Okay, this is when they're talking about the manna. From heaven. We just read that. Okay, what's this? Joseph 2:11. And when we heard, our hearts melted, and there was no spirit left in anyone. Our hearts melted. And they said to Yehoshua, truly Jehovah has given all the land in our hands, and also the inhabitants of the land have melted away. Okay, that's talking about the inhabitants again. And it came to be when all the sovereigns of Amorites, blah, 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 blah. Their heart melted, people melted. I have been poured out like water. All my bones have been spread apart. My heart has become like wax. It has melted. Heart melted. The earth and all its inhabitants are melted. It is who I set its columns firm. Selah. Okay, so let's see. Psalms. God will judge with equity. We shall give thanks to you, O Elohim. We shall give thanks, and your name is near. Your wonders shall be declared. When I seize the appointed time, it is I who judge in uprightness. The earth and all its inhabitants are melted. It is I who set its columns firm. Selah. I said to the boasters, do not boast, and to the wrong, do not lift up the horn. This is Psalms. Will judge with equity. Is this talking about where last time when the Creator judged, he punished the earth with water, and then the next time he's supposed to do it with fire. That is in the Bible. He is supposed to do it with fire next time. But that's not to say that it's already happened. Artifacts are planted, bullshit made out. Da, 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 da. All right. So, Psalms. The earth and all its inhabitants are melted. When I seize the appointed time, I will judge in uprightness. I would have to say that this is... I'm not talking about like future. Arise, O God, defend your cause. For a cup is in the hand of Jehovah, and the wine shall foam. It is filled with a mixture, and he pours it out. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Psalms is like a book of parables, though. And their slain be thrown out, and their stench rise from their corpses, and mountains shall be melted with their blood. Here we go. And let's see, what's this? Judgment on nations. This is Isaiah. Come near, you nations, to hear and listen to people. Let the earth hear and all that is in it, the world and all its offspring. For the displeasure of Jehovah is against all the nations, and his wrath against all their divisions. Shall put them under the ban. He shall give them over to slaughter. And their slain shall be thrown out, and their stench rise from their corpses, and mountains shall be melted with their blood. Okay, well, this is saying mountains shall be melted with their blood, not brick buildings shall be melted. So I don't think that's a supporting one. So far, that Psalms one would be the closest, but I feel like I'm pretty sure that's talking about future shit. But I don't know. Let's see. Concerning Damasek, Hamath, and Arpad have been put to shame, for they have heard an evil report. They have been melted in anxiety like the sea, unable to rest. Okay, well, that is not talking about buildings. And I shall gather you, blow on you with the fire of my wrath, and you should be melted in its mist. Okay, that's not a building. A silver is melted in the midst of a furnace, so as silver, so are you melted in its midst, and you shall know that I am Jehovah, have poured out my wrath on you. Okay, that's not really it. Set in the coals, empty so that it gets hot, and its bronze glows, and its fitness shall be melted in it, and its rust be consumed. Mountains have shaken before him, and the hills have melted, and the earth is lifted up at his presence, and the world and all who dwell in it. So we'll look at that one too. The river gates have been opened, and the palace is melted. She is empty, even emptiness and waste, and the heart has melted. Okay, so these two. What is this? This is... Nahum? God, I don't even know this book. Nahum? Okay. Interesting. God's wrath against Nineveh. Yehovah is a jealous and revenging El. Yehovah is a revenger and possessor of wrath. Yehovah takes vengeance on his adversaries, and he watches for his enemies. Yehovah is patient and great in power, but by no means leaves unpunished. Yehovah has his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. He is rebuking the sea, and it dries up, and all the floods he has made dry. Bashan and Carmel are withering, and the flower of Lebanon is languishing. Mountains have shaken before him, and hills have melted. The earth is lifted up at his presence, and the world and all who dwell in it. Who does stand before his rage? Okay, so this is talking about Yah is patient and great in power, but by no means leaves unpunished. Yehovah has his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and in the clouds are the dust of his feet. So it's basically saying when the creator gets angry, all these bad things happen. So mountains have shaken before him. So let's look at this. HSBR. The mountains quake because, let's see, I gotta pull this out. Because at him and the hills melt is burned, and the earth is, the hills melt. Mug or moog, primitive root to melt, that is literally to soften, flow down, disappear, or figuratively to fear or faint, consume. Figuratively, okay, so it's used figuratively to mean fear or faint. So like if you melt, you just go fall away, okay? Consume, dissolve, make soft, melt away. Okay. So it just says to make soft or to melt, to dissolve. It could be dissolved with water. It could be dissolved by vibration. And I guess it could also be dissolved by fire, possibly. But it doesn't really say. It just says in the hills melt. They quake at him and the hills melt. So he's talking about quaking and then melting. What was the other one? Let's see. Search. Where was it? 2:6. The river gates have opened and the palace is melted. Let's see. What is the beginning of this chapter? The destruction of Nineveh. He who breaks in pieces has come up before your face. The chariots are like flaming torches in the day of his preparation, and the cypresses shall be shaken. The chariots dash about in the streets. They rush one another in the broad ways. They look like flaming torches. They run like lightning. He remembers his noble ones. They stumble in their walk. The river gates have opened. The palace is melted. And it is established. She shall be exiled. She shall be led away, and her female servants are moaning as with the voice of doves beating on their chests. And Nineveh of old was like a pool of water now. They flee away. Stop, they cry, but no, blah, blah, blah. I haven't read this far in the Bible, but Anna 2:6. Palace is melted. HSBR. The gates of the river shall be open and the palace shall be dissolved. So this, I don't think it's even talking about fire. The gates of the river shall be open and the palace is dissolved. So that's talking about it's being washed away in the water. So it should say it's dissolved. Palace shall be dissolved in the King James Version. The gates of the river shall be open and the palace shall be dissolved. So, of all these, let's see. Psalms, 4 verses, 4 matches. So Psalms is the only one that talks about the earth being melted. But why? Let's see. And is it, what was it again? 75. The hills melted like wax. Mountains shall be melted with their blood. Earth is true. I've seen lava melt buildings, earthquakes, and volcanoes. Yeah. Why doesn't anybody want to call in? Why don't somebody call? Or, I can make a Zoom call if you want to be on camera. It's weird. The path is in the path destroyed. Rightness to path justifying. Okay, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but you're not listening to me anymore, so whatever. Screw you all then. Enoch 45.5 is FE. Okay. Well, I was looking at melted BS because somebody came in here trying to say that mountains are melted brick buildings, and then they said that the Bible talks about it. But the Bible doesn't talk about melted brick buildings. It talks about melting the earth and melting the mountain. And typically, whenever there's something about that in the Bible, it's usually talking about a specific area. It's referring to a specific area. Because in these stories, it's always like, oh, something's going on over here, so this happens in this place, and something else is going on over here, so this happens in this place. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you read it, you don't get blanket punishment for the entire earth until, except for the flood, which is like really early on. That already happened. That's the flood. That's like Genesis. That's like in the first book of the Bible. There's a flood. So, there was already crazy stuff going on, like from the get-go, and so then everything got flooded out, if you believe this story. I would like to look at other ancient texts after this and read what they say about the flood stories, because I gotta admit, I haven't read everybody's flood story, but I know that there are some, and I would like to see what the similarities are, right? I need the other, or the melting of the elements. Hello, Dr. Law.
Hello, Queen Bee.
How's it going?
Good. How are you? I've got a special guest for you. Hold on.
Hey, Karen. Hey, guys. It's
Hi.
Shelley.
Hi, Shelly.
Hi. Hey.
Yeah, she's hanging out with me and my boys. Been watching a lot of soccer this past weekend.
Cool.
Eating breakfast now, getting ready to take off. She's got to head back home here today.
But had a good time seeing all of our family. Yeah.
We missed you yesterday. Saturday.
Oh, yeah, Saturday. Yes, I know. It's a long drive for me, and I just
But it's okay.
got too much going on right now.
Yeah, I know. We know. It's no big deal, but we'll see you.
See you in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. 6 weeks.
7 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, less than 2 months
weeks.
now.
Yeah, we're getting everything ready, so hopefully I'll have everything ready for that. So it'll be a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just wanted to, if you could, get everyone to sub for Trinity 4, because he's still below 1,000. He can't live stream. So that'd be great if you just shout that out for us.
Oh, well, how you gonna live stream? How's he supposed to live stream with Brian if he can't live stream yet? Are we trying to?
No. You gotta have 1,000 subs, I believe, to live stream.
I know.
He's got like 600 subs right now. He's lost his channel before, but anyway, you can count me in if you can find the right weekend for Austin and Kai, for their baby shower. I'll send something with you,
Okay. Well, we'll figure it out.
Okay, so yeah, give me a date. When does she do again?
December 26th.
Ooh, December. Okay.
She's due the day after Christmas.
I think.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Well, December for me is not too bad. Okay, so let me see here.
What would be before
The third
December?
week of December. Oh, okay. November, I have third and fourth week, free in November.
Okay.
Okay. The first and second weekend of November, I'm traveling, for soccer. Oh, actually, no, I'm not. We play at home, so I can be there. So November is fine with me. Give me a date. I can miss my boys' game for a day, and I'll head up there.
Okay. What if it's
And
before
cook
that
for you guys.
even? I was thinking like before Flattoberfest, do a baby shower.
Okay, let me see.
Well, we can talk about it
October,
later.
The first weekend. Okay.
I haven't figured
just
it
let me
out
know,
yet.
and send me some dates.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. We're just listening to your show. We just want to say hi. Say hi to everyone in chat, okay?
All right. Cool. Thanks for calling.
Okay, Queen Bee. We'll talk to you later.
Alrighty.
Much love, everybody.
Okay.
Later.
Awesome. So yeah, everybody goes sub Trinity 4. Oh, they're gonna have an interesting Christmas. I know. Huh. Maybe you can. Hey, Flat Earth Ship Bear. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, what were we talking about? Flattoberfest, you guys. Last Flattoberfest ever. Last Flattoberfest. 2022. After this, it will be no more. Pretty sure this is going to be the last Flattoberfest. I've been saying I don't know, but the more I think about it, that's probably going to be the last one. It's going to change. Things are going to change in 2023. So this is the last Flattoberfest. Next year, we will be looking to do an event on the West Coast. So look for that. I don't think it will be called Flattoberfest. I think it's going to be completely different. For multiple reasons. There's a multitude of reasons why this is happening. But yeah, but we're gonna have fun. We always have a blast at Flattoberfest. I don't even need to mute it, I guess, because I have my site muted. We always have a great time. I'm gonna remake this promo to show what was like last year, like inside the venue with everybody in there and the LED screen, and make it look fun. Man, I just got so bored of doing everything myself. No, look at Cammy, no. No, I know. Call it Brick Building Fest. You are out your full mind, Rachel. Out your mind. The left coast is supposed to drop into the ocean. I'd drive cross country. Yeah. So I have my schedule made up. I think I've got my schedule made up, but I haven't posted it yet. I'm going to update the website with the schedule. But let me just see if I'll briefly talk about it here. Okay, so schedule is now Friday we have the Herd Klotz Park from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And that's what you're seeing in this video here. When you're with this, all of this is at Herd Klotz Park. This right here is in the gazebo. Let me see if I could slow it down. This is in the gazebo. The gazebo's got power. There's seating. There's barbecue pits. You can also bring stuff. Law is going to be there cooking, like how this setup here is with the tent. Like there's Tommy, that flat fellow. We'll have, all those type of tents and stuff set up, but with food, Dr. Law cooking. Let's see, let's skip ahead here. This is all at the park across the street from the venue. The Herd Klotz Park. So if you have children, if you're bringing children, because admission to children 12 and under is free at the event. If you want to bring your children, I know it's hard to find care for your children. Maybe you want to bring them. It is a children-friendly event, although I don't, people email me and they ask me, what do you have, for teenagers or blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't have, the capacity to have like childcare and this for this age and this for that age, right? It's like, if you're a parent and your child is older and you want them to learn more and see that you're not the only crazy parent out there who's a flat earther, you can bring them with you to the event and they can watch the presentations, they can talk to other people, they can see what goes on, that it's not just a bunch of Looney Tunes out here, right? They can see that it's like a regular get together, it's like a family reunion and everybody's very friendly, and that the other people in the community are actually really intelligent and they have, really good points of view to share. This is the benefit from this type of event if you want to bring them with you, you know what I'm saying? But I don't have like a children's play area or anything like that. And I don't see why they wouldn't be able to watch any of these presenters. Let's see. Mark Sargent is always really great. Witsit Gets It, Marty Leeds, Sean Griffin from Kingdom in Context, Jason Lindgren, he's always really well spoken. This isn't, everybody's there's an intelligent people who are gonna be up here sharing their knowledge with you. Benjamin Balderson too. I mean, at very different points of view. Typically in the past, I know the conferences have been very Christian based, that most people there are that, and and I don't really like to keep it nailed down to one sort of faith or whatever people want to identify with, because I feel like the base of all these things is generally the same. You know what I mean? Do no harm, cause no loss, take no shit. That's my religion, right? So as long as these people just want to share their knowledge, they all are aware of the deceptions and the lies, and they want to share what the conclusions that they have come to from their research and their learning about what they're doing. I mean, Ben has a lab. He actually does alchemy. Witsit Gets It. You guys know Witsit. He's a globebuster and he's a super intelligent guy. He's done a lot of debates. Marty Leeds. We all know Marty. He's been around for a long time and he's also very smart. And I love the work that he does where he talks about, like the constellations in the sky and how they relate to stories in the Bible, parables in the Bible, and he makes that connection. And I find that stuff very interesting. And then of course, Mark Sargent, he's just really fun to have around. We all know Mark Sargent. Mark Sargent will be the first guy. I'm going to have him intro the conference and he'll do his intro and Q&A. So let's get that going with the schedule. So that leads to my schedule, right? The doors open at noon at the venue, which is the Greenville Shrine Club and Event Center, which is located at 126 Beverly, right here. 119 Beverly Road, Greenville, South Carolina. That's the address of the Greenville Shrine Club and Event Center. I also have links to that from the website. But so that's what it is. The venue opens at noon. We're going to start the opener, probably at 12:30, 1 o'clock ish. I've got Mark scheduled at 1 o'clock for his opener and Q&A. And he's got about an hour for that, which could go, or it could go a little longer, a little shorter. It kind of depends on how that goes. There's just, I always, when I do my schedule, I always pad, I have a little flex time in there. I don't try to cram as much shit as possible in there, because then people start to miss stuff, or they were over here and they couldn't do this. And then it's too hard for people to catch stuff, right? So I like to make it relaxed, where, you can go and watch the person you want to watch. There's no pressure. You're not missing anything else. And if you aren't interested in that particular presentation, you can go walk around. You can go meet people. You can go talk to the vendors. You can go see how the world works with Zach and Cammie. Also, I do have a slot set up, just so you know, Cammie and Zach, since you guys are both in chat, that I have a little slot set aside for you guys to come up and give your little spiel about your exhibit, your How the World Works exhibit. So you guys will have time to let everybody know what the deal is and what they can expect when they go to your table, what kind of gadgets and stuff you're going to have there, what kind of things that you're going to be presenting at the table. Okay, so we have that after Mark Sargent warms everybody up with his intro and Q&A. Okay, then after that I have scheduled Sean Griffin. Sean Griffin, I think, wants to do a 2-part presentation, so there will be a 15-minute break between his first and second part of his presentation. Then we'll have a dinner break. I can't decide if I want to give you guys an hour or an hour and a half for dinner. What do you guys think? Yes, exactly, Zach. That's what I'm trying to do. So that, and anything that you guys, if you guys want my help or anything with getting, setting up that up, or however you want to present that information, just let me know. But I'm sure you guys are good. A demo overview. Yeah. So that way, when people watch you guys do your demo, then they can go to your table and they know, like, ooh, I want to know more about whatever you guys were talking about, this other thing. You know what I'm saying? Then people can go there with a purpose. I think that's a great idea. So this year, that's what we're going to do. Okay. 1.5. Okay. So right now I've got dinner break. I've got it blocked between 5:30 and 7 for dinner break. And then the first day, Saturday, 7 o'clock, will be Jason Lindgren. That will be his presentation. And then when he's done, we're going to do, that'll be it for presentations on day 1. And then we're going to do music. So then that night it'll be Austin and Kai. And then One Big Love will be closing the evening out with their set. Saturday night. And there may or may not be a little something from Chief Crow in there or not. We'll see. And then wrap up at 11:30 p.m. So we're talking about a full 12 hours. This is why I love this venue. If you guys were at Flattoberfest last year, it was a good looking venue and it was cool, and it was essentially located in Spartanburg. Like, I liked it, but it was really small and it didn't have as much room. And also they didn't give us as much time. We did not have anywhere near as much time, and it was much earlier in the day, right? Like, it had to start at like 10. It was like between 10 and 6. So we only had 8 hours. This place gives us 12 hours each day. So we really get to work it out. So Sunday, we'll be back at noon. Okay. I have a company that contacted me, these filmmakers that contacted me who want me to do a screening of their film, a new flat earth documentary style film that they've been creating. So we might be doing a screening of a short 10-minute film style flat earth video that was professionally made. I watched it already. It was like actually shot professionally with high quality film and actors and everything. It's kind of a trip. But so I'll be screening that probably in the beginning of the day that day. And then we're going to have Marty Leeds. Marty Leeds at 1 p.m. Then I've got Austin Whitsitt booked at 2:30 p.m. on Sunday. You know what? I'm going to change this. And then, right? So Austin Wits at 2:30 p.m. Then after Austin, we'll have Benjamin Balderson at 4. Then we'll do our dinner break, 5:30 to 7. And then we will do, after dinner, we're going to do the live Q&A with the panels, with everybody there. Okay? We'll do live Q&A after dinner. And then that gives us actually a couple of hours for live Q&A. And then at 8:30 or 9 o'clock, we'll move into music, and then we'll have Jason Lindgren performing music, and then Chief Crow will close out the event with his killer set. He's the man. So that's what's going to be going up and going on. Marty, yeah. So I've done these events now a few times. I think I figured out the best way to balance the presentations and the music. And honestly, this venue, the Shrine Club, which is my event, is, by the way, just in case you're wondering, my event is not sponsored by the Shriners in any way, shape, or form. This is not sponsored by the Freemasons in any way, shape, or form. I'm just using their building. Okay? But they do give us a lot of flexibility. It's really works really well. Tons of fun. Hi, Free Flow. Vinny, good to see you. 1.5 hours for dinner. 1.5 agreed. Okay, everybody's saying 1.5 hours for dinner. Okay, 5:30 to 7 is dinner then, okay? Ben makes amazing wired wrap jewelry. Yeah, he's bringing a bunch of that, Carrie. Ben is bringing a bunch of his really cool wire wraps to Flattoberfest. Yes. Bring cash for that, yeah. I've got one of his wraps. I love it. Really good. Freemason confirmed, right? I know. People are silly. All right, so that's what's going on. Also, if you still need to get tickets, if you guys are waiting to get tickets, don't wait too long, because the ticket includes your shirt, and so you have to tell me your shirt size. So if you want to guarantee yourself a shirt, the best thing to do is to buy the ticket ahead of time. And the tickets are on sale for 2 more days, by the way. If you haven't bought tickets, now's a good time. Tickets are on sale for $144.44 until the 31st, I think. 30th or the 31st. I forget what I set it to expire at. Let me check. I'll make sure it goes to the 31st. Should go to the end of the month. Let me check. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Yes. To the 31st. Okay? And then after that, tickets will go up to full price. So I hope I don't get a bunch of complainers talking about how expensive the tickets are. I've already made them as cheap as possible. I gave a long sale time, a very long sale time. Many of you took advantage of that early bird sale when I had them for $133, and that was great. Right off the bat, like 100 of you bought tickets at $133, which is great. That's why I do it. Because I know there's people who are going to be there no matter what. I want to give you guys a deal. Oh, cheers, Carrie. Thank you for the tip. You have a wonderful day. Get your sun for the day. There you go. All right. I started at 133, I think, Brian. 133 is the devil's tuning. Right. Rachel, I see you posting about how nobody ever complained about 440 tuning. You're right. Nobody ever complained because they don't know. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. It's a subtle, it's a weapon that you're not supposed to notice. It's causing disruption subconsciously. You know, it's not, you're not supposed to notice it. That's the whole point of it. You know, and I did kind of go through this, you know, when I was talking to Stefan, because when, we all talked about this, like when I first got into this in Flat Earth and I started learning about the whole frequency thing and how 440 was a destructive frequency and 432 is the healing frequency. You know, I stopped listening to music for a very long time because of that, like for years. And music was a huge part of my life growing up. Like I was always at the live concerts and stuff growing up. I saw, you know, all those like bands that were popular in the 90s, like most of them I saw live. So many. Like you name a band from that era, I probably saw them live. So anyway, it was a huge thing for me. And then I stopped listening to music because I was afraid that it was hurting me. And then, you know, once I found out that one of the Deftones was a flat earther, which I heard that for well over a year, I think, before I actually finally got to talk to Stefan. But for a while there, because I heard one of them was a flat earther, I went back to Deftones because it was one of I was already liked them a lot. I lived in Sacramento for a long time. That's where they're from, and that's kind of how I got into them because they were a big thing in Sacramento. And so I started listening to their music again. It was awesome. You ready? So, you know, do I think there is something to that, the frequency thing? Yes, I still think there's something to it. Do I think that do I think you should not listen to any music at all because of it? If it is in 440, not necessarily. But what I do is I do other things to sort of bring myself back into alignment, because I feel like what that frequency doing is it's just kind of trying to knock your frequency of your light column out of alignment, right? Because you have a light column. This is where your chakras are, your energetic light column. And it starts at your root. Well, you have chakras below your feet. And then you have, you know, the root chakra, which is the most people know about the 7 chakras, which are the root, from the root to the crown, root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown, right? And so I feel like that is meant to, that along with everything else though, not just the music, it's also the EMF radiation that we've got just floating around in the air, like stuff from the microphones or your phone or the cell tower, whatever, anything that's spouting off a frequency, right? All that stuff is going to knock your natural energetic alignment out of whack a little bit, right? That's your light column. This is where the healing frequencies come into play, right? Just like these other frequencies can knock you out of whack, the right frequencies can put you back, right? This is why you have the little stones, right? The chakra stones, and you have one for each chakra, and you can do this yourself. You can lay down on the floor, and then you can put the stones over your own chakras and lay there, you know, and you can play some healing frequencies, whatever frequency you like. You can play the Music Guru healing solfeggio. This is perfect. Play Music Guru's healing solfeggio tunes, right? He's got one for each chakra. and put those stones over you. Listen to that music. It's perfect amount of time. Each one is 7 minutes long. It's like 49 minutes, which is a perfect amount of time to set aside, to lay down, to relax, to bring your light column back into alignment. And then you just go on about your day, and you just keep doing that every once in a while, because you're never, I don't even think if we were living in an EMF clean environment that you would never get knocked out of whack just by other people doing things, accidents happening, natural phenomena, whatever it is, right? So you just do that. So when I think about it like that, and I just keep, you just have to get into the habit of doing that self-care, especially like if you're otherwise like physically healthy. That energetic self-care is huge for like your state of mind and like how you approach things on a day-to-day basis, how you handle stresses in your life, blah, 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 all that stuff, right? So, just do that. That's why I get these tuning forks, and I'll put it on my third eye. I was doing this right before I started the stream. This is one of my most favorite things to do, by the way. And the weighted forks don't make a sound. It's just about the vibration. And then, if you get one of these sonic sliders, like from that biotuning store, and she's got this thing on the bottom. Let me see. Turn it to the big camera. So you've got this little boot on the bottom of the sonic slider. I don't know if I've showed you guys this before. Right? And see those little holes there? Those little holes, and then it's like rounded. I'm trying, So then when you strike the thing, the vibration goes down the fork into this little boot and these little holes, and those little holes create another layer of reverberation from the vibration between like your head, your bone right here, whatever you have it on, and the boot, and it like amplifies it. It's like an extra, you know what I'm saying? It's like drawing every little single bit of good vibration out of that strike that you can possibly get. And then I have to fork myself. Yes. Do we change the address for the ticket location, or do we pick them up at the event? Well, you should get an e-ticket. Oh, you know what? That's right. I forgot that it was not. Hold on. Oops. My website stopped sending the thing automatically. So every morning I have to go in here and look at the new orders and then manually send the ticket. But you should get an e-ticket. You should get an e-ticket. But if you don't get the e-ticket, don't worry, you're still going to get in, because I have a record of every sale. And also, you should get a receipt that tells you your order number or whatever. I mean, and that's like saying you bought a ticket. It's the same thing. There, I just did the 2 orders that I saw in there right now. But, yeah. So what it does is it sends you an e-ticket, right? And then you can just print that out and bring it. And then when you go to early registration or show up at the event. I'm doing early registration Friday at the park. But if you don't make it there Friday, or you can't for whatever reason, it's fine. Just bring your ticket, and then when you get to the door, you just give us your ticket, and then we'll give you your lanyard, which I don't have one in front of me right now, but you know what they look like. They're just the little plastic things that you hang around your neck, and that's your in and out. That's how you get in and out of the venue. for the whole weekend. And that's it. Right? $11.11. Oh, it's 11:11. 11:11. 11:11. 11:11. 11:11. Reflect. Visualize. Damn it, I thought the sound was on for that. 11:11. Spirit listens. Play it again. Visions manifest. In mind, manifest your reality. Well, I can't play it again. It's not 11:11 anymore. All right. How much both Nathans look alike. I'm bringing the night vision to everyone to play with. It's crazy. Oh, cool! Dude, that is so cool. You got e-tickets. Rachel, check your junk mail. Did you check junk mail? Anyway, let me know later. Remind me later. I'll resend you your ticket. ODD t-shirt and fun. Cancel. Hold on. No. Can you just... Is this what you wanted me to share, Valley Parks? This picture? Hold on. Oh, I'm not sharing. There you go. Oops. ODD shirt and fun in your quad there. What is that thing? That thing's awesome. I need one of those. I need me one of them. I don't know where I'd go in it, but I want one. Do we get a shirt if we buy tickets at the door? See, that's the thing. I can't guarantee that I'll have one in your size if you guys don't get a shirt ahead of time. But I am going to have Scooter make some extras of each size so that we can try to account for that. But I can't guarantee a shirt in your size unless you buy tickets ahead of time. And you have up until 3 days before the event to do that. As I asked Scooter, my t-shirt printer guy, how late could someone order a ticket and still be guaranteed a shirt in their size for the event? And he said 3 days before. So the event is the 22nd, and I don't know, Scooter will probably be there Friday, so 3 days before. So what is that? So that's the event is the 22nd, so we'll go 3 days before that is Tuesday the 18th. So you have until October 18th, Tuesday, to pre-order your shirt or get your ticket and get guaranteed your shirt in your size. If you're just a size like a large or a medium or something like that, you probably won't have to worry about it. But if you need like a special size, like an XL or an XXL, You might be worried about that. So I would say make your order by Tuesday the 18th if you want to be guaranteed a shirt in your size. Yep. All right. Okay. Any other questions? XL living large. Yes, 3 days. Tuesday is the last day for printing. Okay, Scooter. Confirmed. Confirmed by the guy who does the shirts. Tuesday is the last day. Yeah, it's gonna be so fun. I'm super excited about having Chief Crow here. I'm even wearing my Chief Crow shirt today. You can hear Brian stomping up the stairs. See? Chief Crow. This is the Solar Return version. He made these shirts special for Solar Return. Maybe he'll have cool custom shirts that are just for Flattoberfest too. So much fun. Bring your own scissors, yes. Yeah. Okay, any other questions, comments, concerns about Flattoberfest? Okay, Friday at the park. After this, I really need to update my schedule page, my schedule part of the page. I will update it. I know it still looks like there's not much going on. So, October 21st, Friday, meet up at the park. 126 Beverly Road, Greenville, South Carolina, right across the street from the Greenville Shrine Club Center. Early registration will be held at the park. Get your lanyard for entry to the event. Friday night, there will be karaoke at the bar at the Shrine Club Event Center for anyone who wants to participate. Anybody who was at the last two events that I did at this particular venue, you know that the Friday night before, that they do have karaoke at the bar there, and it's a lot of fun. You can somewhere on the internet find this horrible video of me doing karaoke with Dr. Law. It's pretty funny. First nerdling? What does that mean? Oh. Are you winding wires, Zach? Okay, anyway, I do have a phone if you guys want to call in. It's 848-222-2480. Yes, I might have missed you. I have my thing. I didn't see anybody there. I keep going back to my little call word every once in a while, and then there's nobody there. Frisbee. Nerdling with RSO on some moles. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Anyway, yes. So, yeah, so Artemis launch, kick that can on down the road. Not gonna happen. I guess, what'd they say they kicked it? They moved it to, September. I think they moved it to Friday. Launch attempt scrubbed. So we'll see if they do it Friday. I doubt it, though. Name unavailable. Okay, let's see who this is. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, good, good. Just wanted to say awesome job. Keep it up. Go on. Like, isn't it funny that the rocket launch today was at 8:33 a.m.?
Yeah. Well, then of course it failed. They want you to
Yeah, of
they want
course.
you to know that
But
they're
not
concerned.
8:30, not 9, 8:33.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, I just give a tip to people. The last launches I've been seeing from the rocket launch is that they try to keep that, they try to wait for the clouds to be very, very dark so that people can't record the arcing rocket going back into the ocean. I've realized that for the last like maybe 3 to 4 launches that they have is that they wait for the clouds to like become dark, or they make up the clouds. That happens also, so that no people can't record the rocket launches. So as soon as the rocket gets into the clouds, you can't see it anymore.
Right.
Something I took notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I hope you guys the best for the Oktoberfest. Everything looks cool, Karen.
Awesome. Are you not going to be joining us?
I'm from the Caribbean. I'm from Aruba.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure.
Are they not? Are
Does
they still have restrictions?
Does Florida require like testings? Because I don't even test. I've never tested, and I'm not gonna ever test.
Let's see. Travel restrictions from Aruba. Official. Let's see. Aruba.
Just a good
Here we go.
a good thing so that people know that if they're coming internationally.
Yeah.
So I know that most of these people that believe in flat Earth will never like take like testings and stuff like that. I don't trust any of them. Not even the PCR. I mean, not even the one that checks your DNA or whatever. Yeah, they're collecting DNA samples. That's what I think they're doing.
Oh, of course, they're collecting DNA. Yeah. Well, this doesn't tell me. This just says travelers to Aruba are no longer required to purchase Aruba visitors insurance. That doesn't talk about...
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Testings.
Relaxed entry requirements. Travelers are no longer required to present a COVID-19 negative test result or proof of vaccination. Local measures lifted.
Okay.
So you don't need one to get in. I don't know, or to get back to Aruba. I don't know if they allow people in the United States. Can you travel? Hold on, let's see.
This guy kind of sounds good till now.
I think they're still wanting people to have a vaccine to come to the United States. That's the crappy part. All travelers.
Yeah.
Non-U.S. citizen or non-U.S.
No, I know
immigrants. Are you a U.S. citizen or no?
No.
Oh, then
I'm not.
Yeah.
We're European.
You must show proof of being fully vaccinated.
I know the the call is a little bit delayed on YouTube, but I see somebody asking if there's a lot of people that are flat earthers in Aruba. Yes, there's a lot of people that are flat earthers in Aruba. There's a lot of people that are flat earthers in Bonaire and Curacao. There's a lot of people that are flat earthers in Argentina. There's a lot of people that are flat earthers in Brazil. Even I think even the president visited some of the flat earth conferences in Brazil. I even believe that Bolsonaro funded the Convex Earth documentary, which they did like 8 different engineering projects to measure the shape of the Earth and the curvature, etc., etc., and it all came out flat. Colombia also has a lot. Let me see. I'm not sure about Venezuela because you don't hear much from Venezuela. Chile a lot. Peru, we're everywhere. We're like millions now, maybe 2, 3, 4 million or more. I don't know.
Yeah, they're everywhere. We're everywhere. It's awesome.
Yep. Well, thank you, Karen, for taking in the call.
All right, sure. Well, thanks for
I
calling.
think this is the second time.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Take care.
All right, you too. Yeah, so yes, the amended order applies to any non-citizen, non-immigrant, blah, 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 regardless of whether the United States is the final destination or a connection to another country. So you can do an attestation, I guess. There's this thing called an attestation. Requires that they get a COVID-19 viral test 3 to 5 days after arrival. Yeah, they still they want everybody to be vaccinated to come here. How stupid. They need to turn that crap off. Exceptions. Here we go. Do I qualify for an exception or can I apply for an exception to the vaccine requirement? Categories of non-citizen, non-immigrants that meet the criteria for an exception under the proclamation and CDC's amended order include persons on diplomatic or official foreign government travel. Okay, so the government spooks don't have to get it. Children under 18 years of age. Okay, so they can't force you to vaccinate a child under 18. Well, they can't do that anyway. Persons with documented medical contraindications to receiving a COVID-19 vaccine. So if you get a doctor's note saying you can't be vaccinated, participants in vaccine trial. Person issued a humanitarian or emergency exception. A humanitarian or emergency exception. Persons with valid visas, excluding business or tourism, who are citizens of a foreign country. Members of the U.S. Armed Forces or their spouses or children, sea crew members traveling pursuant to a C-1 and D non-immigrant visa, persons whose entry would be in the national interest as determined by the Secretary of State, Secretary of Transportation, blah, 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 blah. So if you're an important person, a person, they don't care if you can come over here with your deadly virus and kill everybody. You're cool. We like you. If you are a non-citizen who does not fall under any of the exceptions, you must show proof of being fully vaccinated before boarding a flight to the United States. So you could get a doctor's note. I'm saying that you guys could get a doctor's note saying you can't be vaccinated, and then you can go travel around because you have a doctor's note saying you can't be vaccinated. What do I need to show if I have a medical contraindication to receiving a COVID-19 vaccine? You must show a letter from a licensed physician documenting the medical contraindication to the airline or aircraft operator before boarding a flight to the United States. The letter must be signed and dated on an official letterhead and contains contact information, name, address, phone number of a licensed healthcare provider, must clearly state that you have a medical contraindication for receiving COVID-19 vaccine. The name of the COVID vaccine product, blah blah blah, must be listed. Medical contraindications include immediate or severe allergic reaction, anaphylaxis, blah blah blah. Must have sufficient personally identifiable information. So that's your exception. So you can get here without a vaccine, but you have to have a doctor's note. That's stupid. Stupid. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen, you recognize my voice, maybe?
Yes, I do.
Dave from Kentucky.
Hi, Dave from
How's it
Kentucky.
going?
Good. How are you?
Good. I just calling to say hi. It's been a long time. You're really one of the early 2015ers, of course. Your videos stands out to me as my path to flat earth. If anybody hasn't seen that needs to watch it. But anyway, how's it going?
It's going all right.
I appreciate how you're trying to vibrate on a high vibration. You know what I mean? And the negativity can go away. Whatever. That's whatever. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in this 7 years and I haven't been to one of these things. So I'm going to do my damnedest to get down there in October. So I'm hoping to get like a whole van full of people coming from Kentucky. So I'll keep you posted.
That would be cool. I don't know if you use Telegram at all.
Yeah.
But I have a carpool group on Telegram.
I'll check it out. I use Telegram some, and I've got the Flat Earth app I can use to get people together anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be a nice little vacation for me because, like I said, I've been in this 7 years. I've been to a couple of things around Kentucky, just a few people, but I haven't been to one of these yet. So we'll be looking forward to it, and I think I can make it happen. So
that would be
I'm
great.
not going to go 100%, but I'll do my damnedest. It'd be nice to see everybody.
It would be.
Yeah.
And I know you've been around here for a long time. I remember, I can't really remember a time when you haven't been around, so.
I was the early 2015er. I went out to a lake here in Kentucky in the summer of 2015 with a buddy of mine and a mirror. And the ironic thing, my buddy guy still thinks he's a fractional glober. You know what I mean? But anyway, over 8.5 miles, we flashed sunlight across the lake. And that was the last straw for the globe for me, if you know what I mean, right there.
Absolutely.
And on that lake that day. That gravity was not doing anything to that water. So here I am. So
yeah. Awesome.
Good talk to you. If you got other callers, I'll get out of the way. I just want to say hi and tell you I'm going to do my...
Right on. Well, I hope to see you there.
Yep.
All right. Take care.
But you guys have a good day. Thanks. Take care, Karen. Appreciate everything you do.
Thanks, Dave. There you go. I hope he makes it. Dave's been around for a long time. Party on a plate. All right. Okay, and now I'm getting some callers. Here we go. Thanks for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Terry Park.
How's it going?
I did do the chicken last week. I can't even figure out how it happened. That's all right. Anyway. How are you?
I'm doing all right. What's going on?
My neighbor took us out on trails, and we hacked new trails, and we're doing trail maintenance, and we're being good to the community, right?
And
Community,
community?
yes. We have 800 miles of trails here, and you have to maintain them. So we're
Oh, I gotcha.
We're-
800 miles of trails that you're maintaining.
well, I'm not, but that's what that's the other way, right?
Right. You're
One
just
step-
part of the
one
group.
step at a time, right?
Part of the community who does it, who maintains it, you mean?
Yes, and dude, I lost a chicken last week. I is not finding a phantom or a flame or a feather. There, I don't even know what happened. I lost a chicken. Nothing. No remnants. No nothing.
No what? Oh, you lost a
No
chicken.
remnants. No nothing.
No remnants, yeah.
Girlfriend, like, if there's a hawk, they could fly around all day. Doesn't bother me. They come down and jump around animals, you know what I mean? That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Disappeared. Anyway, love you, and we're gonna do some painting and some things and around here, and like, if I get all my jobs done, I will be able to go to Fletch Test. I'm not guaranteeing it. Trying really hard, jumping through hoops, right?
Uh-huh.
Try hard, right? Set your goals high. High goals. You know what I mean. Ted knows what I mean. Love y'all.
All right.
Adios.
Thank you. Bye. Yeah, she was saying she lost a chicken with no trace. We also just lost a chicken. I don't know what happened to it. It's gone. Something walked away with it, and it looks like something took off with it and was plucking its feathers as it was walking away. Yeah, no trace. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B. Hello? Hello? Yeah, can't hear you. I'm gonna put you back on mute. Maybe you need to hang up and call back, but your sound's not coming through, or you didn't know that I answered your call. Dog man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. When I was I was wondering if Bigfoot took our chicken, because the chicken, it's like there's like a little bit of feathers in the pen, but it wasn't like, if a raccoon gets a chicken, I imagine that's like a nest that's going to be a little bit messy, right? I mean, I don't know. I've never seen a rat. I don't know. But there was there were some feathers, and then like they kind of go to the back of the pen, and the back of the pen has the taller fence, and like the feather trail kind of leads like towards that corner of the back of the pen, and then it goes outside that part of the pen, like as if something was carrying it and went over the fence, and like as it was carrying the chicken, it just was pulling out the feathers and walking. So it was like a tuft of feathers here, and then a tuft of feathers over there, and then a tuft of feathers over there, and then it goes off into the woods, and then it just kind of went into nothing. And I was just like, well, I don't know what happened to that chicken, but I'm pretty sure it ain't coming back. A bloody mess when a coon gets them. Okay, yeah, there was no blood or nothing like that. This was just like, I mean, I don't know. The vision I keep having in my mind is that Bigfoot picked up the chicken and just was like, started plucking its feathers as it walked away, getting ready to do whatever to it. I have no idea. But I don't know what it was. That's just where my mind goes. I couldn't, the trail goes off into nothing though. Like I tried to follow it, but I couldn't. It just kind of, you know, sometimes it just, the trail just falls off. Your chicken exploded. No. Fox won't leave much. Maybe it was a fox. I have seen foxes in my yard. It could have been a fox. I saw the biggest hawk I had ever seen during driving to Karen's on Saturday. Maybe it wasn't a hawk, Cammy. Maybe it was an eagle, because hawks are small. If you see something that's really big and it's not a vulture, it's probably an eagle. Because the only thing, hawks are not bigger than the vultures. The vultures are bigger than the hawks, and then eagles are bigger than all of them. Livestock farms are the last link in there after red meat next. Yeah. Bigfoot is vegetarian, I heard. Yeah, I don't think people know what Bigfoot eats, because okay, there's a lot, if you listen to like eyewitness accounts, when people tell their stories of their eyewitness accounts, those to me are like the most valuable evidence out there, right? Is what happens during these encounters. What are the people doing when they go into the woods? What is the situation? What happens? What do they see? What does the Bigfoot do? All that type of stuff, right? Like, these are the most important things. I mean, that's what I used to spend lots of time listening to before I came across Flat Earth. You know how everybody binges on Flat Earth? I would binge on Bigfoot. Bigfoot was my jam before I came across Flat Earth, because I'd been having so many encounters after moving to North Carolina, right? So that's what I was listening to most of the time, was stuff like that. And there's just encounter after encounter after encounter of hunters being in the woods, taking down a prey, mostly deer, because that's what people hunt most of the time here, deer. And then one story in particular, of people losing their kills, right? So one story in particular stands out in my mind, where it was like a father and a son. They're grown, right? And they were out hunting, and they got a deer. They said they killed a deer, and the deer, it didn't drop right where they had shot it, right? It ran a little bit, and so they tracked it. They were tracking it, going to go get it. And they started walking towards the deer. They're like, oh, we see it, right? So they start walking towards it, and this man said the Bigfoot stepped into the trail right in front of him, between him and the deer, just standing there like just stood in the way, like you're not going to go pick up that deer. And he said, and the immediate feeling I got was like, this deer is now yours. And I'm leaving. So, and there's also been other people who've seen Bigfoots walking with a deer in its arm. Like, they just hold it like you would hold a dog, because they're so huge. They could just pick a deer up and hold it, and, So, are they vegetarians? I honestly don't know. I don't know. But there's been a lot of encounters with hunters where the Bigfoot has taken the kill from the hunters. Now, I don't know if that is because they're against us hunting and killing the animals for food, although I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Or maybe they just didn't like that particular guy. You know, I think that it could be that, you know, because I feel like they would know your intent, right? Sometimes I wonder if these people who have these scary encounters with Bigfoots aren't having scary encounters because they, as people, suck themselves. And so they're doing something in the woods that isn't cool. They're doing something that is maybe not so in line with nature. I don't know. You know, they're not going to tell you. Whenever these people do stuff, they're not going to sit there and tell you, oh, I was over in the woods and I was doing this really shitty thing, and that's when this thing showed up. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to say that. I don't think most people are going to be honest about that. So I don't know what it is. I'm praying, man. The praying mantis is still on the sunroom screen right in front of me now. Is it alive, Cammy? Because sometimes they just die on the side of the screen. Dave, is it okay to put the 24/7 Discord link here? I don't get it. Flat Earth 2017 consciousness is a legit FE. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not against people going to Discord, but I don't like pushing that platform or that particular server because the people who run that server showed their dirty little asses to me. They're backhanded, backstabbing, dishonest little asses. So I can't, you know, whatever people do is their own decision, but I just, you know, had a very bad experience over there. And also, women get treated like crap on Discord. There's a lot of people there that harass women on Discord. And I was one of the people who was like really against that. And then I think that's why I got pushed out of that server. Because they wanted to be able to shit all over people and harass women in DMs and do all kinds of horrible shit that you're not supposed to do. You know? Karen B, I feel Discord is a layer of demons. It is! That's why I stopped going there. It's why I killed my server. I mean, it's cool if you guys want to go there, and I know that Witsit spends a lot of time there debating people and stuff. It's cool. I don't recommend that platform in particular for females. I don't like it. That's why I stopped having anything to do with all that stuff. You know, I mean, there were some cool people there, like you, Dave. You're cool. And then, what's his name? Michael Smith, who's one of my moderators who pops in here every now and then. I met him on Discord. He's cool. There are, but listen, the first Flat Earth server, I don't even want to, I hate telling the story. The very first Flat Earth server that got up to 30,000 people that was nuked by that disgusting, vile troll person. I don't even want to say his name. I know, but you guys don't know. The thing I have again about that is when I was being tormented, it was by Flat Earthers. Yeah, well, he was one of the people that was a backstabber at Good Times for All. If we're talking about the same one. He was one of the ones. Dude, they literally launched an investigation on me. They were like having backdoor discussions about me. I mean, they did a whole full-on like, what do you call it? What do you call it? A mutiny. It was like a mutiny. They were like, you know, because I really did not put up with any fuckery on those servers, right? Like people And they wanted, like, that disgusting, vile creature, human sheeple. They wanted him on there, right? They had some obsession with having them on the server. And he used to harass women in Discord. I saw this girl, she would send me screenshots. She's like, look what he sent me. He would send literally disgusting pornographic pictures and tell women, oh, you like this, don't you? That's what you want, right? And I wasn't having that shit, right? And so that guy, I banned him from the server. Well, they wanted to have their shitty friend back. So what did they all get together and do? They all got together and formed some mutiny to get Karen off the server so we can have our piece of shit friend who wants to send pornographic pictures and harass women in DMs all the time. We would much rather have this guy here than Karen B. Screw her. Get her out. That's literally what happened. Yeah, Zach, same guy. He was one of the people who was part of it. Good times for all. Yes. Yeah. That's literally what happened. So, you know what? So if that's what they want, if they want to have their little cesspool, then they can have it. Yeah, so let me see. JM, is your phone working yet?
It is. Okay. I got an
Okay.
incoming call, so I put you on hold. I apologize.
Oh, okay. What's going on?
Oh, just another wonderful Monday, trying to make some stuff happen so we can put food in my belly. You know, they get mad when you go into a place and ask for food. You don't give them green paper.
Yeah.
But I figured I'd run something across you that you might find interesting that I've been noticing going on in the world of the normies. They're starting to back away from these mostly safe and effective, how should I put it, vaccines that they've been promoting for the past year.
Mm-hmm.
They're backpedaling very, very, very hard. And there's lots of talk that they're starting to turn it and spin it, and now they're going to use it as, oh, it was the bad, evil orange man on Team Red who's the bad guy that killed all these people with his evil, vicious, mostly safe and effective vaccine.
Right. It wasn't both of them, all of them together.
No. It's the evil, bad Team Red. Or no, wait, is it Team Blue? I can't figure out who's the bad guy today. Karen, can you please help me? Is it Team Red or Team Blue who's the bad guy now?
Team Red is the bad guy.
Well, that's not what they say.
And?
Hello?
Yeah?
Are you there?
Uh-huh.
Okay, you disappeared on me.
No, I've been here.
Oh, okay.
Did you ask me a question?
Oh, no, I was just, you said it was Team Red who was the bad guy. I said, no, it's not what they say. They say Team Blue is the bad guy.
Oh. Yeah, no, it's Orange Man bad. You know, everybody, if you don't have all the inclusivities and you're not standing and brave and you want to, fly the rainbow flag and worship all the trannies and the cross-dressers and all the gayness, and you want to raise the fist of communism, Black Lives Matter, Communist Lives Matter, if you're not doing any of that stuff, then you're definitely the bad guy.
can't we just go back to the way it was? Yeah, we knew a lot of those musicians were fruity. Who gave a shit? They played good music, and they didn't, run around telling everybody about it. We kind of knew that by watching them, and you could tell they were gay. So what? Can we just go back to that way? It was a much better time.
Yeah. Don't say trannies. Oh, I'm not allowed to say trannies, says Rachel.
Yeah. But yeah, we've definitely entered into the crazy zone. But I figured I'd throw some normie news in on what the crazies are doing, and then yes, the MCU is still out there in left field according to all the normies, and it's quite hysterical watching all the crap go on. It's almost comical now looking in the normie world. I look at it as comic relief when I look into it. It's quite hysterical.
Oh, it is funny. It is funny. It makes me laugh.
I mean, I look at that crap and I'm like, y'all are being led along just like sheep, just following whatever the thing is, and it's like, this is insanity. You're just running around in circles, getting nowhere. And it's hysterical. There's these whole channels that are dedicated to all this stuff. And it's like, haven't you all figured out they're doing all this shit on purpose? And y'all are running around in circles, just playing games. It's like, this is insanity.
It is insanity.
It's gone from us being a consumer people to just chasing friggin' insanity. No, that's bad. No, that's good. No, that's bad. It's like, it's just the next stage of the de-evolution of what they're doing to mankind.
Yeah. Precisely.
But quickly find the bad guy and point the finger and yell. No,
Yes.
It's not me. It's that guy. It's that girl. It's that whatever. But
Yeah, nobody wants to take responsibility for themselves. As usual. Nobody wants to do the inner
that's
work.
racist. Don't you know that, Karen? Responsibility is racist. Shame on you, Karen.
Responsibility is racist.
It's funny. I think I called into Brian's show a couple of weeks ago, and I said, the system itself, the modern day media tells us all about inclusivity, but I've noticed with the modern day media and the government, well, we want everybody to have diversity and all this other BS, but you got to think exactly like we tell you to think. You got to behave exactly like we tell you to behave, or you're not diverse. It's like, that's kind of the exact opposite of diversity. But when I get together with our group of people and go to events like yours, the Flattoberfest, I look around and go, I see a whole bunch of diversity. I see a whole bunch of people with different thoughts and ideas that can sit there and have intelligent conversations with each other. Whether they agree or not, they're not trying to attack and kill each other. I'm like, there's more diversity in our group and more true people with different views on things that can actually get along and do productive things and give each other different perspectives to look at. But you look at the system and it's the exact opposite of what they tell you they want you to be. The exact opposite.
Right. Everything's an inversion.
Yeah. That, we got some kick-ass musicians. One Big Love, Chief Crow.
Absolutely. Jason Lindgren, Austin and Kai Whitsitt. They'll all be performing live.
That Jason feller's pretty good with that git fiddle up there.
Yeah, he is, right?
That and his sweetheart, Miss Rose, she has a pretty good taste in music. I hear she's a fan of that Iron Maiden band.
Yes. Yes. Do you know Iron Maiden's going to be playing in North Carolina right after Flattoberfest?
That's going to be awesome. I actually saw Bruce Dickinson. I told you I saw Bruce Dickinson, life in Iron Maiden and what it was like. And my question was the first, because he does questions and answers at the end, and my question was the first question he answered, and I asked the question of what were his thoughts on flat Earth. You know, because he's a pilot. He used to fly commercially.
I know.
When he took a break from Maiden.
Yeah.
And he claims that you can see the curve outside the windshield when you're in the cockpit of a plane.
Come on,
that you can't
buddy.
see out the side of a plane.
Right. Right.
And then he told this, and it was funny because when he you fill out the cards at the, you ask your question on the card, and then of course when he takes his break, him and his team are going through the cards and he's picking which questions he wants to answer. And the second he said the question out, the audience, the boos and the screams, and I was like, you people are insane. And it was hysterical to see the hostility that came from the people on anything to do with flat Earth. And he actually kept implanting that in his stories of his past after the questions and answer, or when he was doing the questions and answers. And there was one point he talked about when they were on a small island somewhere, they were playing volleyball or fencing. No, that's right, they were fencing because he's a fencer. And there was a storm coming in, and there was a little bitty ass prop plane they had to get on to get off the island, and they had all the equipment and everything loaded up. And he's like, the runway still wasn't long enough. And he goes, then we get out just over the ocean, and we're damn near skipping across the top of the ocean. He goes, and that's when the curve of the Earth came into play and allowed us to elevate as the Earth was going down from the curve and was helping us get elevation.
Oh my gosh. That's
I'm
terrible.
Sitting there going, you're fucking kidding, right?
That's such crap. Wow.
Yeah. So it was quite hysterical. However, though, I do have to give the man credit. Even at his age, he broke out into a song. There's no band or anything playing. He just broke in straight solo by himself and started singing. I'm like, damn, that man's still got a hell of a voice.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah. So he is talented, and I truly believe that he and the rest of his bandmates write the music. I mean, because you can look at the man. He was right there. I mean, I could almost walk up a couple of rows and just walk up and shake his hand because it wasn't a big stage. It was just a small arena type place, and that was one of his things that he was talking about. He goes, there's been a couple times I've played guitar on stage. Nobody thinks I can play. I'm just the singer. And he goes, you'd be surprised at how many of the guitar I've written on albums. And he started talking about that. And
yeah.
So I know because there's a lot of people that go, all these bands, the music's all handed to them. No, it's not all handed to them.
No, some of them it is. I mean, you can look and see which bands do it because they give writer credits. When, you'll see like some stupid ass hip hop song that has like the most simplest, stupidest, like same 3 lines repeated over and over, and it'll have like 10 fucking people with writing credits on that shit. I mean, it's ridiculous. You can see when they do that shit. It's like they don't hide it, Well,
I thought it was hysterical because I was listening. Yes, I still listen to the heavy metal, and there's a decent heavy metal station that's online that was put together by the former developers of the classic station that unfortunately died years ago, Z-Rock. I'm sure Rachel from New York remembers Z-Rock. But they were playing a Megadeth song, and I was like, that's some interesting lyrics. I'm going to look it up. And I looked it up, and then I looked at who the writers were. Of course, Dave Mustaine was one of them, and there was a name of somebody else. I'm like, who the hell is that guy? He's not in the band. And I looked it up. That guy was Ice Cube. Or Ice-T. I'm sorry, Ice-T.
Yeah.
Ice-T was actually in writing some of the lyrics on one of the new Megadeth albums, which I thought that was quite interesting.
Really? That is interesting. I can't get this.
Yeah. Of course, people forget that he had his band in the 90s called Body Count that was a heavy metal band.
Oh, yeah. I remember Body Count. Very well.
with the classic song Cop Killer.
Right. Yep. Cop killer!
Yet Raising Cane's had him all over the side of their restaurant for a little while there selling iced tea. And I asked when I went in there one day to get some to eat, I'm like, have you ever heard of the lyrics of this guy's music? You think that's the right face to put on your windows here selling something? Just saying.
Yeah, but, you know, that was all fake, though, because then what did he do? He went on TV and he played a cop in a bunch of TV shows.
Yeah, it's a joke. I look at it and go, you got to be friggin' kidding me. You got to get it, and it's kind of like the whole Guns N' Roses thing. That's another thing. I think that whole thing is they were just part of the system to begin with, and going along with whatever the system directs them to do. It's like, yeah, you guys are complete tools of the system that does whatever the system tells you to do. Oh yeah, it's hysterical when you start looking into it, and then Megadeth too. I mean, a lot of their stuff too, and it's funny because I would know who was it. Russian Vids had Rose on his show a while back, and he was getting into the lyrics of things, and he even started talking about Megadeth, and was talking about some of their lyrics of their songs, and they were spell casting and everything. And then I started looking up some of the songs and lyrics from their classic album Rust in Peace. I'm like, holy shit, yeah, that does kind of make a lot of sense.
Yeah,